Steps that I'm following to problem solve, and everybody's going to be dealing with the same shit I did. Number one is experience the problem. So if everybody thinks they're doing great, expect that you're going to experience the problem. Some of us that have experienced the problem, then you just got to gauge where you're at. So that's what everybody's got to do is first of all experience the problem. Then the second stage is to be in shock of the problem because it's always going to catch you off guard and you're always going to be, holy shit. The next one is to feel the pain of it because pain is going to tell you who you are. And pain is a good thing. Pain tells you something's wrong. Pain tells you you care about something. People that don't care have no pain. So you kind of want to care. And your level of pain will measure how much you're actually a caring being. You can't get caught up in that pain because then you're going to be depressed for the rest of your friggin' life. So give yourself, a depth and a time frame that you're willing to go through each one of these steps. Um, no matter how painful it is, you want to be painful for the rest of your life. You want it pain for 10 years. You want pain for 5 years. Put pain, have a time frame of every one of these steps you want to go through. And be realistic. For me, I had a lifetime of healing to do. So I gave myself a few years. So I would suggest you give yourself whatever time you need. Um, for me, I think it was probably longer because the ones that are the first to figure out this global life problem process. Um, there has to be a few that started off, but once a few know how it's done, then they can help everybody else pull themselves out. So, if you're stuck in, you could be angry is another stage. After you get in pain, with pain comes anger. You're going to be angry at somebody else, where um, that's going to be totally wrong because you're totally to blame. You are part of this system that you agreed to, and when the system just comes and bites you in your own ass, like you can't feel bad about that. Whatever you thought was life was perfect, somebody on the planet was suffering and you didn't give a shit about it. So it's like now it's time for you to have the problem, just so everybody could see that it's a news story for 5 minutes and then nobody cares. So you can't be angry with that because you participated in that. It's just you that's dealing with it now. So um, everything is wrong. Everything's wrong. So there's no fingers to blame because we're all to blame. So if you're going to get mad, the only healthiest thing is you're going to get mad at yourself, which then you're going to lose your self esteem. You're not going to believe in yourself. And when you can't believe in yourself, you'll never come up with a solution of how to solve any problems. So it just means that you did your best. You went out into the world, you figured out this is the way it works. You went out, found out it didn't work, so you got to start at the drawing board again and figure out what does work. And we're doing that on a global basis. We're kind of seeing that war doesn't work, so it's just time for us to figure out how to solve problems. So, while you're in the state of you don't trust your friggin' self, like I did, you got to tell yourself that, hey, I do know all the answers. I don't know them today, but I will get all of the answers. And I'm going to just feel good about that and take the time. Calm down. Everybody is in fight flight. So you really need to calm down. No matter what way works for you, calm is always the best. When you hate, work through all the processes of what you hate because you will turn into what it is you hate. So find something you love in the things that you hate. There's opportunity in the things that you hate because anything you hate means there's something that needs changing. If you're out of work or you've been harmed in any way, shape, or form, being that solution is your way of loving your life. So for me, I've done the process of calming down and healing a lot of the health issues that I was dealing with, working on my addiction. My addiction says just keep building something up to the point where you can start believing in yourself. I'm kind of at that stage now. Um, Today in my mind, I'm setting up for my tomorrow. Um, so my tomorrow is definitely every time I have that urge to smoke, it's going to be, you're strong enough now. Everything's coming together. You can do this. And it's going to be those moments of time that I really, really, really build up my self esteem more than ever. um, and getting on a schedule. I was always very productive when I formulate a schedule. So it's like, if anybody, you are the business of your life, and weren't you more productive when you had to be at work at a certain time? Well, I'm setting myself up to work, get up and go for a walk at 6. I suck at it. So tomorrow, I'm formulating in my mind that my workplace is to be out there working. I am late for work if I am not out on that street walking at 6 o'clock every friggin' day. I am the manager of me. I am the boss of me, and I would fire me if I didn't show up on time. So I got to get myself out there. I also have to put in at least one solid hour of exercise too. I wanted 2 hours of exercise, but for the next week at least, I'll only put in 1 hour. Um, I want at least 1 hour of solid cleaning and cooking around my house. Um, that is for my week next week. Um, Having a checklist, managing yourself to do what you see you need to do, um, is the best way that formulates a plan. Doing the same thing over and over and over again will cause some kind of illness. So it's like you just got to shake your plan up every once in a while, make it interesting. But that's the plan for me right now, is I need to get really, really healthy. I need to build up my self-esteem even more, which means it has to be now for me not smoking. Before it was, I needed to smoke because I had a lot of excuses and complaints that I needed to work through. It's like a whole lifetime of problems were there that it's like I had to knock them all off one at a time. At the root of it, it was that will to live. And now I do have that. I have that will to live. I have that belief in myself. And I ain't even tied to anything. I'm just about to, I'm ready to have some fun. Just trying an idea. That's all I want to do, is just try at an idea and not get tied to the outcome. And I'm ready for some fun. So that's the only advice I have to offer anybody else, is the advice that I'm following. Don't follow my plans. Like, I'm not telling anybody that they have to get up at 6. I'm just saying that you got torn down and you have to build up. And how you got torn down and how you build up is up to you. But this is what I see in myself. All your personal illnesses will tell you what it is you need. And you can suffer the same thing, like smoking for me, and have totally different causes. You could be bored to death. I'm bored to death, which is why I smoke too. Generally, we all got the same thing going on. Um, and it's just time to build your own personal business up, your business of life. And that's the only thing I'm doing. Anybody can take it or leave it, follow, do whatever it is I'm doing that works. If you got something else that works even better, love to hear from you. But that's what I'm doing. Peace out.